Hi, everybody. I'm surprised that I have not done a video on telomeres. Anybody that is a patient of mine, anybody that has sat with me to review the results, and certainly anybody who sat at this desk where I'm sitting now has heard about telomeres as their biological or aging clock. Much more important of an age metric than the candles on your birthday cake. The list behind me, everyone should know, because it's been behind my desk now for several years, and it basically takes from the 2009 Nobel Prize award-winning team's research on telomeres, which in Greek stands for time marker, telomere. And it can be measured. It's analogous to the end of a shoestring that has a protective cap, the aglet on it. The telomere will shrink as we age, and that is how old you are, the length of that telomere. The good news is that we can determine how slowly or quickly the telomere shrinks. In part, it's the same as saying you can determine how slowly or quickly you age on a cellular level. And that's really the age that matters. And it was proven by the 2009 Nobel Prize team who wrote this book. I have many copies laying around the office. The same team, led by these two researchers and other researchers, showed us that the lifestyle habits that we have are generally going to control how slowly or quickly we age. So getting back to age, we don't want to just think of age as the candles on the birthday cake. So the goal is not just to get older. The goal is to get older, but in a functional, healthy way. We all know people that are very functional at older ages, and we know, unfortunately, people that are not very functional or diseased at that same age. So we have to wonder, those people are aging differently from a cellular level, even if they have the same years on the calendar. So your lifestyle is going to determine how quickly or slowly you age based on telomere attrition. And this can be measured. You can get a telomere length test done for about $200 to tell you how old you are. So as an example, I'm 57 years old. I'm hoping with the things that I'm trying to do in my life that for the next 10 years to when I'm 67, I will only age biologically 3 or 4 years. Now, that's in the science, and that's doable if we follow the research and the guidelines. So I'm going to do videos specifically on how telomeres are affected by each of these different aspects of your lifestyle. But I want to just give a general broad brushstroke to make sure that people could look up the term telomere, could look up the 2009 Nobel Prize, and voila, you actually can determine not only how old you are now, but you can determine how slowly or quickly you age, which I think is something that would be pretty important if we think about the big picture of our lives and how we want to function, how we want to live as we get older, and certainly how we want to stay disease-free. And remember, age is not just years on the candles or years even biologically. Aging indicates disease risk. So heart disease, vascular disease, cancers, brain diseases like Alzheimer's disease, those are known as age-related diseases because people get more of it as they get older. But now we know to measure the proper age, and that's not just the chronologic age, but that's your biologic age. So the top 3 things I'm going to stress: exercise is the fountain of youth. If you don't exercise, you're not going to age well. You're going to age quickly. You're going to be more disease prone, neurologically, cardiovascular-wise, in every form and function, cancer rate. So you just have to resign yourself to this is almost like the rule book. Exercise has to be part of our life if we want to age well and in a healthy way. The stress, the mind-body, the peace of mind. Interestingly enough, this research was done on people that had severe stresses, like ill children, people that had poverty, people that were in abusive relationships, and their shrinking of the telomeres was about 3 to 4 times faster. It was actually improved and gone back to baseline with yoga and other meditative practices, indicating just how strong the mind-body connection is and how you can control or not control your cellular aging through stress. And the third thing, which I believe equally important, are both what and when to eat. And that's why I often promote time-restricted eating, meaning maybe 2 meals a day, maybe some intermittent fasting, maybe even some longer-term fasting based on your metabolic numbers and other issues. And certainly what we eat is very important. And then you can see the checklist yourself. So this is something that certainly could be a checklist. People could wake up every day and say to themselves, am I going to check box these today? And if they do that today, and they do that tomorrow, and they do that the next day, without being perfect, you're going to, based on science, you're going to age slower, you're going to have much less disease risk, you're going to live a happier, healthier life, a longer life, And there's a lot of really great hard science. So when we're together, we're going to discuss telomeres for sure, because I want my patients to understand how they can not only control their aging, but they need to objectify it. They need to know that what they're doing day to day is going to be reflective of their health status and disease status as they age. I enjoy also bringing the accoutrements to the basics of this science, because now, since the 2009 Nobel Prize, there have been other biological clocks, something called the Horvath clock, things that can really determine more specifically how old we are. But I think everybody can understand the basis of this conversation here, and that is that we control it. So I may be 57 on my candles on my birthday cake, but I'm hoping that my cellular age will slow up. I have had my telomere checked. I did it about 4 years ago. I was about 53 at the time. My telomere age was about 46, so that was pretty good. Not as good as maybe I would hope it could be. I'm going to work on improving the slowing down of my aging through my telomere length. I probably will get rechecked in the next year or so. I'm also ordering kits so that I can do telomere levels or telomere lengths, for patients that are interested. So looking forward to talking to you about it. Please go to your search engine, look up telomere, look up the Nobel Prize 2009. I think it's going to be worth your while. And I look forward to talking to you more about it. And as always, my goal is to keep my patients healthy, well educated, so that they can control their health to a very large degree. And see you soon.